Good evening, Adventurites. So I wanted to do a quick tutorial about depth of field in Photoshop. Basically, this is a cheat that you can do in Photoshop versus in World. Because some of us can't use depth of field in World, it will crash our computers, especially me. I have bad luck with depth of field, so I just don't even bother anymore. I like to use Photoshop to do the things that I cannot do in World. Um, this all this means, depth of field, is that the objects in the background look further away and the objects in the foreground look crisper and they're closer to you. See, there's blur in the background and the avatar in the foreground is very clear. That's basically all it is. So what I've done is I've done my picture. I've already processed it. I'm at the point where I want to do the depth of field effect in this picture in the background. Okay, so first off, I create a stamp, which is ctrl+alt+shift+E in Photoshop. This is Photoshop only. I don't know how to do GIMP, so you're on your own on that. And then it creates a postage stamp, or kind of like a copy of the original layers without you having to combine and merge. It does it for you onto a new layer. So create a duplicate of this layer, and then I go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And you set this up as high as you want, or until you get to the part where it looks blurry in the background, but it gives you enough blur to make it look like there's a depth there. Don't worry about this part right here because you will be adjusting that in a few minutes. So I go up to about, let's go to about 9 or 10. We'll go to 10. And then to fix this, so as you can see, there's a blur here. It makes it look further away, but it created a blur on the whole picture, and you don't want that. So add a mask, which is this little button down here that's next to the FX word on your layers panel, and you add a mask layer to that layer. Grab your brush. Okay, so your brush right there, and then you have to set it so that the black is on the top, and then you go over your avatar, or the part of the picture that you want to be crisp and pretty and clear. This isn't perfect. I'll fix this after I hang up the video. Hang up the video, that's funny. Okay, so here we go. You have your depth of field effect is done. That is all it is. That's as simple as that. It's not perfect, but it does help you enhance and cheat on depth of field if you're unable to do it in World and you want to keep a higher resolution picture. Depth of field is normally used effective on 3000 or 2500 to 3000 resolution, and apparently you can do it as high up as 6000, but you have to set the settings quite high in order to get it to appear out of SL. So if you're like me, that will crash my computer. I can't do that, so I cheat at it. And that's all she wrote. You now know how to do a depth of field without having to turn that feature on in World and crash your computer. See you later, Adventurites.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun.